Morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. Time is 2:03 p.m. This is our weekly business meeting. Officially calling the meeting to order, attending Commissioners Duncan, Brooks, and Filios. Do we have any changes to the agenda?
No.
Okay, hearing none. Grant, why don't you lead us in the pledge today, sir?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. All right, let's start with approving our minutes.
I move that we approve items 1 through 6.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chairman Filios.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Consent calendar, please.
I move that we approve items 7 through 10.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chairman Filios.
Aye, and the motion is carried. So from there, we go to
11 payables.
item 11. What was signature? Oh, okay. Item 11, the payables list, please.
Yes, I move that we approve the payables for the week of February 14th through the 18th, 2022, in the amount of $711,196.87.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chairman Filios.
Aye, and the motion's carried. Item 12, first item in our business segment. Bid opening 2022-02 for the Rural System Collection Services at Solid Waste.
Ready? We received 2 bids. One is from CDA Garbage, and the other one is Sunshine Disposal and Recycling. So I will open the CDA Garbage first. Definitely didn't get me elected by getting into these things. Yeah, I'll open that. Okay. Yes, so the submittal, total annual cost is $825,000. And that was Coeur d'Alene Garbage Service. And Sunshine Disposal and Recycling. Total annual cost of $573,900. Okay, I move that
Okay.
we acknowledge receipt of the bids and for legal and solid waste to
Review.
review.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan,
Aye.
Chairman Filios.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Item number 13, financial budget, request to purchase equipment, solid waste, JP.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. John Phillips for the record. The Solid Waste Department did budget funds for the purchase of a used 6-wheel drive articulated haul truck for the landfill for this current fiscal year. The department did solicit quotes from Volvo, John Deere, as well as Caterpillar. After reviewing what each bidder, or each vendor, I should say, had to offer, it was decided that a 2019 John Deere 310E was the best option for the department and would be capable of performing the work needed. The truck would be primarily used for hauling cover material at the landfill, but it's also used for hauling garbage and various types of aggregate for road construction. The used quote price, or the price on this used quote, was $309,025. And this is well within the amount of $400,000 that we budgeted. Just to let you know, a used truck is in excess of, or a brand new truck is in excess of $550,000. So there's over a 40 to a 45% savings in there. So in summary, the Solid Waste Department requests that the BOCC approve the recommendation to move forward with purchasing a used John Deere 6-wheel drive articulated truck.
Okay.
And
I think
then,
you just made the motion for us. Go ahead.
yeah, sorry, JP, but procurement and all that, you got your,
I should have mentioned this. So I did run this through legal, and this was the appropriate steps for purchasing a used vehicle. So
Gotcha.
Jamila is
Thank
on
you.
board with this.
Okay, cool.
thank you.
Okay, motion.
I move that we approve solid waste request to purchase equipment.
Second.
Okay, did you want us to specify? Okay, you seconded? Okay, go ahead,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Item 14, I guess 14 and 15 go together, Stephen, is that correct?
I don't think so.
No, actually, Commissioners, they don't. They're two separate leases.
Okay, so item 14, T-Hanger lease AAL-2022-450, party Dale Orth at the airport. Go ahead, Stephen.
Commissioner Stephen Tofaraka, this is a T-hanger lease for the T-hanger that the airport owns. That's in the amount of $350 per month with an annual rate of $4,200.
Okay. Motion?
I move that we approve T-Hanger lease AAL 2022-450 Dale Orth.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, motion is carried. Okay, item 15, T-Hanger lease AAL-2022-350 LaDonna Beaumont at the airport.
Commissioners, this is the same lease agreement, right, with a different person, same rate, $4,200 per year with a $350 per month.
Okay. Motion? Go ahead, Bill.
I move that we approve the lease number AAL 2022-350 with LaDonna Beaumont in the airport.
Second.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, motion is carried. Item 16, development and ground lease AAL-2022-800, and this is a new hangar for Symmetry Solutions LLC. Go ahead, Stephen.
Stephen Kruger, gives for the record, this is for a new ground lease in the amount of $3,840.20 per year, and it follows all of our standard lease agreements.
Motion?
I move that we approve development and ground lease AAL 2022-800, which is for a new hangar with Symmetry Solutions LLC.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, and the motion carries. Item 17, memorandum of understanding, also known as an MOU, with BNSF, Burlington Northern Santa Fe, and our 911. Colin?
It's actually going to be Lieutenant Higgins. Colin's not available today. This is just a renewal of an MOU with Burlington Northern Santa Fe and the 911 Center for access to our radios
Okay.
and agreements for fees and stuff.
And I would ask that maybe we combine 17 through 24. They're all MOUs for the same
Oh,
thing.
okay.
And
For the
I-
same
I'll-
thing, yeah.
Yes, and I'll read off individually who it includes.
Okay, go right ahead.
Okay. I move that we approve the following memorandum of understandings with 911, BNSF, Harrison Community Ambulance, Kootenai County Public Transportation, Benoit Community Hospital, North Idaho Advanced Care Hospital, Shoshone Medical Center, Kootenai County Adult Misdemeanor Probation, North Idaho Day Surgery, doing business as Northwest Specialty.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Thank you. Moving on to item 25, H&H printer maintenance agreements with H&H Document Management Systems and our IT organization. Grant, please.
Push your button.
Yeah,
Thank
get
you.
the mic on.
Thanks, Commissioners. Grant Kinsey for the record. These are just our standard maintenance agreements that we put on all the copiers. This provides all the maintenance that is needed for the machine, including toner. The only thing we end up not buying is paper, and we do the calculation on this just to make sure that we can't do this cheaper on our own, and we cannot. So there's about 12 maintenance agreements here that were just standard that we've done in the past to have recommend the board sign so we can get them put into place.
Okay. We had the same maintenance, we had this agreement with the same folks last year?
Yes, we've been using H&H for a number of years now.
Increase in price?
No, the price is variable depending on the machine. Like a smaller machine that
okay.
costs less might cost a little more to print too, but
Okay,
it's all individual based on the type of machine and application. They get their own print costs.
fair enough. Bill?
I move that we approve H&H printer management agreements and H&H document management systems with IT.
Second.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
It's actually maintenance, but aye. And the motion is carried. Thank you, Grant. Item 26, grant application with the Idaho Community Development Block Grant. Jody?
Yes, the Panhandle Village grant application was advanced to the addendum stage, which required Kootenai County submit a written addendum. The addendum responds to information requested by the Idaho Department of Commerce. We are seeking board approval of the addendum.
Okay. Any questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the grant application for the Idaho Community Development Block Grant Addendum Phase 2 regarding Panhandle Village Water System improvements in the Idaho Department of Commerce.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye. Motion is carried. Item 27, grant application. Fiscal year or SFY 23 Substance Abuse Block Grant for the Idaho Office of Drug Policy for $7,578, no match, juvenile diversion.
Yes, thank you. My name is Douglas Hall with Juvenile Diversion. This is an annual grant that we apply for, which helps to fund our drug and alcohol class that we teach. This would be for $7,578, and there's no match.
Okay. No questions? Motion?
I move that we approve grant application FY 23 Substance Abuse Block Grant Idaho Office of Drug Policy for $7,578.
Second.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye. Motion is carried. Item 28, thank you. Service Award, weapon and the badge for the retirement for Under Sheriff Dan Mattos.
Hi, Marcia Higley from the Sheriff's Office for the record.
Go right ahead,
This is
Marcia.
a pretty general request. This is a general request that we do for our eligible retirees upon retirement, and this will be for his retirement mid-May.
He's been here long enough. Can we give him 2 6-shooters?
With pearl handles.
With pearl handles is right. Anyway, motion, please.
I move that we, I don't remember if it's my turn or not. I move that we award weapon and badge upon the retirement of Under Sheriff Dan Mattos.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, motion's carried. Item 29, financial budget, deputies receiving ARPA funds while enrolled at NIC. Captain Stu Miller, go right ahead, sir.
Good afternoon, Commissioner. Stu Miller for the record. Last academy, at the Basic Patrol Academy, I was made aware that 3 of our students received checks from the North Idaho College through it's actually through ARPA for receiving credit. I didn't find out about it until actually this academy when one more of our students received a check for $250. When I inquired about the funds through North Idaho College, every student that's enrolled for credit at North Idaho College got a check with the ARPA funds for $250. It has nothing to do with their tuition for reimbursement. It has nothing to do with reimbursement for supplies or anything else. When I asked legal about it, they said it was actually your decision to whether or not they keep the funds or not. My suggestion is that they do. The students not only it's for their credit. It's not for anything that the county has paid for, although they are there on county time, and the county's paying the training fee. But the student also, when they attend, is actually putting in probably more time than what the county is actually paying for, because they're given homework assignments and other duties during the weekend and the weekday and such. And so even though it's not a reimbursement, that's just my suggestion.
Okay.
Do you see any problem going forward? I mean, the next one may not get anything. I mean,
Right.
so,
And again, it was not through, it was just basically the ARPA funds. I don't know how long they're gonna continue to do that, but apparently it was last semester and again this semester.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Motion? Bill?
I move, I move that we approve the deputies receiving ARPA funds while enrolled at NIC.
Second.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, and the motion's carried. Item 30, memorandum of agreement with Ness County and our public defender. And this is to provide defense services for a capital case because we have at least 2 attorneys that are qualified to handle these capital murder cases. Any discussion? Are we okay? Go ahead, Leslie.
Yeah, I think so. I just, Dave had not reviewed it, and so I was just going to have him read through it. But I think we've done this in the past, helped other
Yeah, it's the same
counties out.
agreement as we had with Boundary County, I believe.
Yeah, so,
That's the first time I've seen this, Commissioners, at least this iteration of it.
Okay.
I think because obligating the county in its own fashion, I think the board does need to approve this.
yep,
I don't think the public defender can bind the county on it.
Correct.
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 Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of an emergency approval, so we're bringing it back for ratification because they had to, Nez Pierce had to name counsel.
I
Because
think
it's
that's
a,
appropriate for the board to approve it.
Okay.
okay. So
Motion?
I move that we approve the memorandum of agreement with Nez Pierce County for public defense assistance.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, and the motion's carried. You know what? Why don't we move the real estate market forum to the end?
Sure.
It's only going to take a few minutes, but let's try to get through some of the others. Resolution 2022-20, surplus equipment and assets deletion from the sheriff's organization. Who's speaking to us?
Anybody on the line with the sheriff's organization?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Now we can.
Oh, Bridget Gerns for the record.
Hi, Bridget. My only question
Hi,
is, have the sleds been offered to other county departments that use that type of equipment?
The sleds have not been offered. I believe I'll have to contact Ryan Miller on that. What I believe is those were just moved over to VSAR.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So it is going to another county department, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Technically, yes, but I believe that those are just being moved over to our VSAR.
Sure.
But I will double check with Ryan Miller for a definitive answer on that.
Okay.
Okay.
good.
Motion?
I move that we approve Resolution 2022-20, which is surplus equipment and assets with our sheriff's office.
I second the motion.
Bill Brooks.
Aye.
Commissioner Duncan.
Aye.
Chairman Philios.
Aye, and the motion is carried. And so we have item 33, which is an invocation to open the business meeting. This is not an action item, it's a discussion.
No.
And it was inspired, if I can say that, by a lady that was here last week with a Christian school, was it Inch?
Yes,
in
I believe
school,
so. Homeschool.
And
Yeah.
approached us after the meeting and wanted to know why, or if we would consider having an invocation to open the business meeting. So, any thoughts?
Nope.
I guess if we're going to consider it, there's some things that we need to be aware of. First of all, it is not a tradition with the Board of Commissioners, or especially this board. So if we were to make it a tradition, I think that the potential for other type of religious, maybe even groups or organizations may, approach us about that. I think for me, I would be comfortable having, maybe a 10-second moment of silence if this board chose to somehow acknowledge that. So that's just kind of what I came up with. I didn't really think too long about it, so.
Being a Quaker, and since our meetings are largely silent, I would be in favor of that.
So basically having a moment of
Yeah,
silence.
take 10 seconds
Or 30 seconds
or
even.
30, or a minute, you know.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm fine with that. So, and again, we can't decide it today because it's not an action item, it's
Right.
discussion only, so we would have to defer it to what, Nick? Or would we
Well, I
have
think
to?
it's, no, because it's
administrative,
it's
isn't it?
administrative. So I can talk with Leanna about potentially, and so it would just be called to order, 30 seconds of silence, and we can discuss how we want to look
Okay.
on the agenda, and then the pledge, and then it'll be,
Good idea.
regular,
Good
as
idea.
usual, so,
That works.
okay?
Okay, the State of the County address.
Yes,
Discussion.
April 5th. So typically in years past, we've put it on our update and we've talked about different subjects that we were going to talk about, so we didn't really overlap. And so I figured we're about a month and a half out and, or maybe a little bit less than that, but I figured we'd just start the conversation. Did we want to talk about it or just get our subjects and let each other know? And thank you, Dave.
Okay,
So go
so
from
usually the way we go about this is we speak to the groups that we liaison
Yep.
with. Historically, I should say historically, traditionally, Nancy has opened it up. I don't know how you want to play it. I can open it if you'd like. If you want Jonathan to open it, we can do it that way.
I'd like to have you open it.
You want, all right, then I'll open it. So we'll each talk to our respective liaisons or departments. And on the subject of what basically crosses our three different areas is the finance. So do you want me to say something about the county's financial condition when I open it?
Yeah, that'd be fine with me. The other two items outside of my liaisons is open space and ARPA. So I'm thinking that those two are appropriate to speak to, whether I'm not holding anything too tight. If somebody else wants to take them, that's fine. But those are the two subjects I felt that probably should be addressed at this time.
And what do you think? Should we do it up front?
Doesn't matter. If one of us wants to take one, somebody else takes another, we could do it during our time. So I think it's kind of open at this point. And I think typically you went first, then Bill, then me. We did, we talked about our liaisons, and then if there's any other subject, I think you've talked about maybe real estate before.
So you want me to do open space?
If you like, sure.
Okay. What about financial? You want me to just do that at the open?
Yeah,
Okay. You want to do ARPA?
I can do ARPA.
Okay.
And I'm having a town hall March 8th in this
Okay.
room and get some public feedback on the ARPA funds. And at this point, I still recommend that we do a public hearing, but that we can schedule once the ARPA task force has presented us with their recommendations.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
Was there any particular topic that you wanted to address, Bill?
No, just those departments that I liaison with.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. So does that cover us there?
I think so.
Okay, then. Let's move on to our status update. First item is facilities expansion. We met last week. Go right ahead, Leslie.
We did. So at this point, LCA is going to go back and do elevations and some outside drawings, and we are still under the first phase. We've not moved out of the first phase of our contract with our architects. And then that's on the architect side. On the BOCC side, we've got to secure funding, and we need to also talk about RFQ for CMGC, which is construction manager, general contractor, or design bid build, which I think hopefully you guys saw email today that we do have a presentation that somebody wants to make to us next month about the differences between the two.
Okay, okay.
So if I get a second for that, I will set that meeting up. But in my mind, the funding question, we can talk about it, but until ARPA makes their recommendations next month, I think that's a starting point. And so that's where I'm at with this.
Okay, so do you need an okay today to go ahead with the meeting?
Yeah.
Or for the GMs?
That-
You're
that'd
okay
be
with that,
good.
aren't you?
Not particularly, but
Okay, so this is the question of the GM, General Manager, what's GMGC?
CMGC, Construction
Construction
Management General Contractor.
Okay,
Yeah.
versus Design Build.
Yes, design, bid, build.
Design Bid Build, okay. Got it. Okay, I'm fine.
Okay. So that'll be about March 15th for that. And so really, there isn't a whole lot to do on facilities expansion after today. And then probably mid to late March, we'll have more discussion about that.
Okay, great. Okay, Pack Airport lease. Is Stephen on?
Stephen, are you still on? It's March 24th is the next PAC meeting, so we really don't have anything to discuss
Okay, got
until
it.
PAC takes that up.
Okay. Skeet and Gun Club, still waiting on them?
Well, yeah, but I'm not expecting to hear from them for probably a couple months because their lease is not up until April of 2023.
Okay. Got it. So they've got another year. Okay.
Yeah.
Impact fee analysis, Bill?
we're just waiting to get that contract signed here.
Yep.
That's all, everything's in place
Which we're
to
due
do
to
it.
do, what, was it after March 1st?
Yeah, it's actually March 1st business meeting because we'll meet at 10 a.m. with Galena Consulting and get probably some final questions answered
Okay.
and be able to sign that.
Okay. And then the ARPA statement, which I'm required to read. Requests for Kootenai County ARPA funding are now undergoing evaluation. If you have any questions or comments about the American Rescue Plan Act or Kootenai County's evaluation process, please direct them to the arpa@kcgov.us email address by March 1st of 2022. That is the deadline for submissions. And on that, okay, I was supposed to give you a briefing on this. Okay.
Oh, yeah, the real estate.
Let me do that, okay.
Yep.
I'll just try to give you a quick synopsis. A number of people spoke. The purpose of the Real Estate Market Forum is for representatives from the real estate community to comment on what's occurred over the past year in Kootenai, Bonner, and Spokane counties, and it's across both the residential and commercial sectors. I'll try to confine my comments essentially to Kootenai County, but there was a gentleman who spoke by the name of Alan Dykes from Village Homes, and they said that they're starting to see an increase in multi-generational housing, defined as single-family residents typically under one roof, not to be confused with multifamily. Over 25% of Americans are now living in mixed, it's MGH, and I can't remember what, multi-generational housing. And that's an increase to 26% versus 10 years ago when it was only 7%. So 1 in 4. 66% claim economic factors. So it could be retired parents, whatever, who are, or maybe even children for that matter, who are needing help. We also had a gentleman from the Vice President of Hayden Homes named Craig Smith who spoke. And I won't go into everything he had to say, but some of the challenges that they're facing as a fairly large builder, materials, of course, labor shortages, code updates, and interest rates. And then Lindsay Allen, who was voted the Realtor of the Year, speaking again for Kootenai County. In 2021, 17% fewer homes sold than 2020. University of Idaho study, and that's generally available. We had 2,140 new homes in the last year built in Kootenai County, and they're expecting we're going to need another 21,397 by 2030. That's 8 years. So just over 21,000 homes in 8 years. Quick math, about 2,500 a year. Maybe just under 3,000. 41% of the refinances are cash out. So people are rushing to buy. They may be buying cash because they don't have time to apply for a mortgage, so they close, purchasing cash and then go for a cash out. 13% of homes in Kootenai County are vacant. Why is that? Second homes. They don't want to rent them. They don't want the abuse, they don't want the wear and tear, whatever it is, which contributes to the housing shortage, okay? 15% of new homes are second homes or investment. We currently have only 1 month's supply of homes on the market, 30-day supply.
And what is considered healthy?
A balanced, oh, that's a good question. A balanced market is about 3 months. You hit 6 months, you have oversupply. Under 3, seller's market, which is clearly where we are. And again, I think there were 200 fewer homes this year than last. Let's see, what else can I share with you? One of the interesting speakers was the gentleman from the head economist for Washington Trust. Sorry, I don't have his name. More millennials are becoming of buying age. The other thing that he said was interesting is because COVID has been such an accelerant, that's what's basically been a boon for desirable places like Kootenai County. The other thing he pointed out is that the 3 major tech firms, he didn't say who they were, beginning in 2023, they're telling their people, you want to live in Coeur d'Alene? Coeur d'Alene wages plus 10%. You're not going to carry that Southern Cal or Seattle wage. Now, they're not specifically saying Coeur d'Alene, but they're saying if you're living in these areas that are lower cost, it's going to be prevailing wage plus 10%, which I thought was, he didn't say who the firms were. And more private investors coming into the market. The affordability index right now, 52% of Spokane home buyers can afford to purchase. In Coeur d'Alene, we're down to 22%. Wow. The most recent study for affordability shows that Boise, the immediate Boise market, is the most overpriced market right now in the United States.
Wow.
That is very recent, yeah, the most overpriced. You need basically 177% of the standard index to be able to afford a home. You've got to be about 77% over the median income to purchase a home. We're not far behind, by the way. Pretty much that's it. A lot of the rest of what I have is commercial. But if you have any questions, I'll try to answer them for you.
Okay.
Okay. And by the way, the rental market is very hot too for commercial apartment buildings, and I won't go into that, but that's where we are, folks. Public comment? None? 2:36, meeting adjourned. Thank you.